create that machine that I had.
So the way Rally works is that they issue these Ethereum-backed tokens basically for individuals. Now, it's not currency. It's not like dollars, right? So you can't actually trade with dollars. So it's meant to be like a fixed universe of currency to represent like a community is basically the way I think about it, right? So my coin is called the AMA, like the Ask Me Anything coin. And so the way I use it is for like recognizing people who ask good questions. And I've also created a model where if you want to say book like some free time with me, I ask you to donate the coin into the community. So you donate those coins to me, right? So if you go to my website, here, I'll show you, I'll put a link. If you go to here, IO.US, right? So if you go here, it's just like a token of appreciation, right? Like they're like $1 each right now, $1 something each, right? So I think it's just more like, but you know, like Brad and I do a morning room now on Clubhouse, for example. And so we issue these coins. Oh, and Hannah also. And I've been sending these coins to people who ask questions if they set up an account, right? So I have like 50,000 of these coins to give away to seed the community. And then my goal is that those people who get coins can also say like, oh, I appreciated that question or answer you gave, and send that coin to somebody else. And the idea is like to try to create and store some value in the community.
Can you mine these coins or?
No, these don't have to be mined.
Okay.
They're just bought. So there's like an initial seed coin that is provided like to the creator. So I got that. And then my job is to seed the market with that coin and have it, and then also create like impetus to buy more of them if you want them. All right. Well, let's get going. Welcome back, everybody, to 1 Million Cups Denver. I promised to do a way worse job than Nick, but you know, just how it is. Nick's got this on lock. I am figuring it out. Let me just share this slide deck in here.
You got this, Greg. You got it.
Thank you. Yeah, I am like extremely distracted today. And I'll tell you why in a little bit, but let's get going. Can I just play this in here? What happens if I do this? Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So, oh, damn it. That did not do what I was hoping. Can you see my screens? You can't see my screen, right?
Yes.
Oh, wait, you can see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
Yes.
but if I present it, it goes to full screen. All right, whatever. All right, so welcome everyone. I think most of you have been here before, but in case you haven't, this is 1 Million Cups Denver. We're here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Please mute your mic if you are not actually speaking. We do have a raise hand capability. It is buried underneath a button that I forgot where it's called. I think it says reactions. And you can raise your hand if you hear a question. Our format is going to be two presenters. Both will present for 6 minutes, and then they will have Q&A afterwards for about 15 or 20 minutes. You can use the chat to talk to each other. Highly encourage you to say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're coming in from, and maybe a little bit more about yourself. We recommend you change your name so people know who you are and what you're doing. There's a video, but I'm not going to play it. Because everyone's seen the video. And today's MC is not Nick, it's me. Sorry, hey, I'm Greg. You guys, I think all know who I am. I'm a serial entrepreneur, but I'm here based in Denver as well. Allie is our city leader, but I am gonna host today. Yes, exactly. So we are here on Zoom for now, but I believe March or April 7th or so, I think we're planning our first in-person again. If you're interested in that, but we'll do a hybrid, right? So we'll still have both. If you are having a cup of coffee, by the way, I highly encourage you to raise your glass. Let's see it. All right, look at that, look at that. Or tea. Tea is an appropriate drink. Whiskey is also very useful at this time of day. So yeah, 6-minute presentations, not pitches. We are here to connect, not network. Remember that we are discussing people's ideas, not the individual. It's okay to be open, transparent. Everyone here is an entrepreneur in one way or another. Everything is usually broken, and that's true. So don't worry, everyone gets it. We'll have questions after each presentation. Who's new to 1 Million Cups? I hope this poll is already pre-set up, because if not, yeah, there we go. All right, poll is here. So I can just go launch a quick poll in case you are available. Want to tell us a little bit about who you are, and if you've been here before. Surprisingly, I cannot take the poll, but that's a relief. Okay, if you are not a member of 1 Million Cups, by the way, and if you want to get notified about cool things that we do, you should head over to 1millioncups.com/Denver. It gives you a chance to sign up. We also have an app if you want to use that as well. It lets you check in and say that you're here. You can also connect to our group on LinkedIn. So let me copy this. I'll put this here for you in case you don't know. We are, where's the chat? Oh man, this is like so much harder when you're in whatever mode. Everything's in like little tiny windows when you're presenting instead of like being in the big one. So yeah, that's our LinkedIn if you want to join our group as well. Carter does a lot of great stuff to help post our content over there. We want to thank all of our sponsors, Enterprise Co-working. Actually, most of these sponsors we haven't been able to see or work with in a long time. But, you know, Good Elephant, Vandercraft, all of us, you know, it's all volunteer led. So if you ever and do want to help out, by the way, we are always welcome to having more of you join us to help out. So we've got some new folks here, I think. So I'm looking for a few volunteers. If anyone wants to unmute and say hello. If not, I will call your name for you so you can be reminded. Who's first?
Hey, Greg, I can hop on and introduce myself real quick.
Go for it.
Hey everyone, turn my video on. I don't know if you can see me because we're
can.
presenting, but I'm Sam Moore. I actually just met with Greg yesterday, and he told me to join the 1 Million Cups crew. New to Denver, excited to be here and learn about all the cool things happening in the area.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam. Great to have you here. Sam will probably be helping out as well with more stuff in the community because he's eager to be to meet everyone as well. John T, I see you came off. All right. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah, sorry, I was just working on changing my my name. I'll get that after this. But my name's John Thompson. I am one of the co-founders of Encantada.ai. We're pretty new. This is one of my first times around being an actual entrepreneur. I've been a startup engineer in the past, so excited to be here. Just kind of trying to get hooked into the community. So
awesome. Well, glad to have you and welcome.
Thank you.
And how about Candace? Do you want to say hi?
Sure. I think I have my camera on, but hi, everybody.
You do.
Okay, cool. So I'm Candace. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Propel Growth is my 5th company, and it's been in business for 14 years now. So I'm actually a member of the 1 Million Cups in Fort Collins, which is where I'm sitting right now. And just recently found out, of course, now you guys are going to go non-virtual, but I just found out that you could actually participate in other 1 Million Cups. So
there's a good racket. People touring the country now doing 1 Million Cups. Actually, last week we had someone here from Orlando. So I'm presenting at his 1 Million Cups at some point in the future as well.
That's really cool. I had somebody present at our 1 Million Cups and I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know you could do that.
I think it's up to the organizer of that event if they want to have folks from outside the community, basically. Well, thank you all for sharing a little bit about yourselves. I think we're going to try to do breakout rooms later today, but let's see how timing goes. And also, if you have anything to announce for the community, I know I do today. So we will have a spot for you to do that as well. So we do like having different kinds of presentations here. I think a lot of times people think they have to have like a fully baked idea and startup that's generating revenue. That is not the case. We love to hear your ideas, product, investor pitches. Maybe you're an expert and you want to share some insights. And then of course, if you've been here before and you want to update us or you're a past presenter, we're happy to have you back potentially as well. So, okay. I think maybe these didn't get updated. All right. Well, I know who's next. I do know who's next. Let me just end this poll. I can't see my people list. Oh, geez. Everything is like in a little tiny window and my screen is very wide. So where is, who was up first? I was looking for Ben and I don't have Ben, the other Ben. Oh my goodness. Who's our presenter? Can you?
I'm one of them.
Jacob, are you gonna drive or?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to test the slides out at the beginning.
Okay, cool. So why don't we start with Jacob and we'll give him a few minutes to do his presentation. Let me just stop sharing my screen.
Cool.
And yeah, it's like such a different experience when you start sharing your screen to when you don't, right? Like everything's in one window when you're not sharing your screen, then suddenly it breaks into like 19 little windows. Just kind of horrific. All right, thank you. Well, welcome up to Jacob from Magna-Show and take it away.
Awesome. So my name is Jacob. I was here a couple weeks ago, my first time. So some of you might not recognize me, but I'm Jacob Petterly. I'm actually from Fort Collins too. I discovered Million Cups recently and realized the virtual aspect of it and just trying to find like a community I fit into kind of. So it's kind of a little bit my background. And I saw too, real quick, you guys do more like a presentation, less of a pitch. And I know some Million Cups are different. So you guys like just presentation kind of discussion more. Is that what the goal of this is?
They tend to be presentations. I feel free to do whatever you're comfortable doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then a little bit of context where I'm coming from. We're in a seed funding round and just kind of trying to, this kind of like deck is kind of for like pitch competitions and not serious investors right now. So, okay, I'll start off. My name is Jacob Perry. I'm with Magna-Shocks. And imagine for a second, you are a Wall Street investor. Your daily livelihood depends on your ability to earn returns on your investment. However, day after day, imagine you continue to invest your money into one investment that loses 80% every time you put money into it. You continue to do this despite mentors' advice, and you slowly watch every penny drain from your wallet, and you are forced to move out of your apartment suite in New York City. At this point, you're probably thinking, Jacob, I would never do that. I'd be wise with my money. And I think most of us, given the choice, would. However, road transport is something that does not give us this choice to invest our money wisely. And in fact, this poor investment is the same investment every vehicle owner makes every time they fill up their vehicle with gas. In fact, 8 out of 10 gallons of gas you put into your vehicle does nothing to move it forwards, but creates unnecessary emissions and wasted energy. Oh, and then there's my ass. Oops. I'll put those up real quick. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'll have it up at the end.
Is there anyone else see a black box, or there's some boxes, or are you covering things up?
It should be a full screen.
There are some black boxes.
I have big black box on the right-hand side of your presentation.
I see those too.
Oh, that could be because I have you guys up. How about now?
That's utterly stupid.
Can you see it now?
Those are the Zoom controls, apparently. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, that's funny. But can you see most of the screen now?
Most of it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll put these up again at the end. So I'll just breeze by these right now. We can imagine why road transport accounts for the largest polluting industry in the world. And we want to do something about the inefficiencies in vehicles in a simple component that has not been drastically re-engineered for over a century. And that's a shock absorber. A shock absorber is designed to take the energy from a road surface and increase the comfort and handling of your vehicle. However, a downside of this is that the shock absorber converts this energy to thermal energy, which is ultimately lost and unusable. And that's why we created Magna-Shocks, the world's first energy harvesting performance shock absorbers. And so Magna-Shocks offer a pairing of efficient power with adaptive performance. They decrease the vehicle's net emissions while offering increased traction and handling to vehicles. Magna-Shocks are designed durable with fewer components. They simply integrate into modern vehicles with a traditional form factor. So if I were to draw a fancy little graph, this might be cut off for you guys too at the top, but you can, on the bottoms, there's no energy harvesting. The top where you might not be able to see is energy harvesting. Then it goes not durable on the left to durable. Here's your traditional OEM suspension. It's okay with performance and ride comfort. However, it's not extremely durable and does nothing to recapture vehicle energy losses. Then you have your air suspension. A lot of luxury vehicles offers increased performance. However, it decreases durability and has no capability to recover energy. And then you have your active valve system, which is a state-of-the-art top-of-the-line performance suspension that offers incredible ride handling and comfort, but does nothing to recapture the energy lost in a vehicle and is okay for durability. And we didn't believe that you had to give up and compromise durability for efficiency, for performance. And that's why we created Magna-Shocks, a synergistic pairing of performance, efficiency, and durability. So how does it work? Well, a vehicle equipped with Magna-Shocks is continuously monitoring a road surface. This is analyzed by our traction controller, which constantly is adapting the performance of the shock to your needs. This traction controller also diverts energy to vehicle systems in both gas and electric vehicles in order to increase vehicle range and efficiency. And so there's pretty big market opportunity for Magna-Shocks. In the growing global, almost $600 billion suspension market, we have a total attainable market of around $16 billion. That's expected to continue to grow year after year to mid-2024. And because no direct competitors exist, we believe we can capture at least 5% of this market over our first 4 to 5 years of operations. And so our primary market strategy, I think you can see most of this again, it's just our logo at the top, is we kind of offer 3 products. We offer our shocks paired with energy savings kind of incentives in our software. And so because of the high barrier to entry into the automotive OEM market, we're really targeting smaller up and coming electric vehicle companies. There's companies such as Nikola, Lightning, E-Motors, a whole collection of these smaller companies that are pushing into this electric space that everyone is moving towards. And we want to use them to kind of bring brand awareness. And we want to partner with them again with the shocks, partner with like a service contract to our software, monetizing the savings sharings with these vehicles. And further, we want to use that to reach the automotive OEM brands. And our secondary market strategy is pretty similar. We have kind of 3 services or products offering. Primarily on this, in our secondary strategy, we are flaunting our performance aspects of our shocks. We want to partner with smaller like race teams and performance influencers to gain large scale aftermarket audio enthusiast adoption. And so we're back to my awesome team, myself and Theo Beck. We both come from a technical background and are really championing this product and the development. However, we're looking for over the next 6 months to a year to add on a business strategy and sales manager to help grow our business from where we have left off with it as we scale. And we plan to use our growing advisory network in order to find this partner. And that's part of why we're doing 1 Million Cups, is to continue to build our advisory network and our connections within the automotive industry. And so to date, we have done internal as well as third-party just IP validation with an attorney. And our concept is novel, and we are moving forward with the patent process. We've done some initial testing. I don't know if you guys can see, I actually have the prototype. It's wrapped in a bunch of wires right now, but this is the same prototype that you see on the right. It's just a miniature scaled down prototype to kind of mitigate a lot of the initial risks of the design to make sure it actually can regenerate energy. And we passed it with flying colors. So we're moving forward with the design of our MVP. Which you can see in this timeline. Over the next year, we plan to continue to research market viability. We've already done a ton of customer interviews. We've completed around 20 to date. However, this next year, we're really focusing on the design and manufacturing of our MVP in order to leverage further funding. And so right now, we're raising seed funding for our IP production, MVP production, as well as test equipment in order to test and validate further our concept. Yeah, there's enormous opportunity for our company, we believe, in this growing market. We believe because of our competitive technology and very few competitors or no competitors offering regenerative technology, we believe we have a great chance in the global trend towards efficiency to ultimately redefine suspension like sustainability and vehicle efficiency. And appreciate your time. Thanks for listening. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. That's just Q&A. I know that's going to happen, but here's the Million Cups asks, and love to hear what you guys have.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jacob.
Yeah.
All right. So who's got some questions? Oh, wait, I see a hand here. I don't know how to use this thing.
You want me to leave up my screen?
No, I think I generally prefer to take them off, but maybe if folks
Perfect.
have a question, just because it's so annoying when the thing is shared.
Yeah. Could I real quick then I'll just go over kind of what I'm asking. Is that perfect? Like 30 seconds? Go ahead. So right now, like I mentioned, we're kind of in the seed funding round. We're trying to utilize just smaller pitch competitions. So right now we're looking to just like build connections for automotive industry is a high barrier to entry. So automotive connections would be awesome, as well as just investor connections over the next year, looking to invest next January once we produced our MVP. So that's in summary what we're looking for. And then I'll go ahead and stop sharing.
All right. I see one hand raised, but Candace.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think I'm off mute. Okay. Wow, that's a really cool product idea. I love it.
Thanks.
I hope you're successful with it because it seems like it could really make a big difference. But there are a couple of things that I wanted to point out that I think might help you when you're actually pitching to investors. and I come out of the financial industry
Yeah.
and have actually raised VC. So one of the things that you have to be really careful about is not to get them in the mindset of no at the very beginning of your pitch.
Gotcha.
And so you're kind of setting a little bit of a negative mindset with the beginning of your pitch. And it also, how it took me off track because I thought that you were going to like provide some sort of technology to make my investments more successful as
Gotcha.
opposed to automotive. So it really kind of put me in a different mindset than what I was expecting to, what I heard wasn't what I was expecting to hear.
Gotcha.
So I would link it to business problems in the automotive industry, and like the drivers that they have in terms of driving up fuel efficiency, and they, you know, there's all these regulatory pushes that are probably going to be coming out that are going to really push manufacturers of all vehicles to get more efficient. So you could probably use trends like that
Okay.
for opening, and then. You had said in there that you had interviewed 20 customers. I would have loved to see some of the outcomes from those customer interviews in there.
Okay.
Because the other question that I found myself asking that I think an investor is going to ask you is, how do you plan to get in the door with the first customer?
Gotcha.
And I hope that maybe you've got some answers for that in your customer interviews. You've got like a really awesome opportunity here. So I hope that you're able to nail it with some seed capital.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. That was awesome.
I can't figure out the hand raise thing, but I not mind.
Saw
asking
Hannah
the
had a
question.
hand also, and
Okay, yeah.
Ben. Let's or yeah, whatever. You guys come on, record those.
That
Oh.
was a thumbs up
Go
to a
ahead.
comment made earlier.
Ah,
We're just
okay. That is not
supporting
the
it.
proper use
Yeah.
of the hand raise icon, Hannah.
Well, I'll let a real hand raiser jump in front of me unless you just want me to go.
I see a proper hand raise from Ben.
Okay, go ahead.
But
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ben.
but Ben, you're talking and you're on mute. Are you talking to us? And your cat?
Yeah, my cat. I'm talking to my cat. It's all about my cat. Anyway, you totally brought back memories of when I was a kid, going to the auto show with my dad at a time when active suspension was a thing until it wasn't. I don't know if you know active suspension. Anyway, it was very cool.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about a couple things. So you're trying to get in at the production phase or the aftermarket phase. It sounded like like into the production part.
Yeah. That's a great question. Because our goal is to, shock absorbers are relatively simple devices. And that's a huge hindrance in the aftermarket like arena, is you have to have like a plug and play device that they can just bolt in. That's often contrary to what OEM wants. So we see that kind of as a secondary market, but because we're really striving for a simplistic device, because I'm sure you probably, if you remember to those why active suspension doesn't come on, they're pretty complex systems with a lot of moving parts. In aftermarket support, they'd rather just turn a knob and tune it. So that's our secondary market and what we're striving for. But we like you said, OEM is our primary strategy.
Cool. I think that was it. I was just curious about that. Otherwise, It's really kind of cool. Is it self-contained? Is it all within the shock absorber, or are there other like you said, software? Is everything in the shock absorber?
Yeah, we're gonna mount to the top portion of the shock, and so that's again what we're striving for, is to keep it all as one unit.
I gotcha.
As compact as possible.
I gotcha.
So,
cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No, thanks for the question.
Hey, I'm Brad. I'm Brad. Things just moved around there. Hi. Good job. It's hard to pitch, and a little bit on your pitch, just some mechanical things. But until you said $35,000, I thought you were going for like 350 to 500,000, because that's what a seed is normally. And you're young and you just want to do some math and you want to file your IP stuff.
Yeah.
So you really had this odd duality between your most of your pitches at a very high level, and then but some of your pitches, hey, we're just a couple guys who invented something, we think it's cool.
Yeah.
And this is because you're going to Innisphere and Million Cups and you're getting a lot of people trying to get you up to that, like how to get VC money at the $6 million level. So just make sure that the advice you take fits you, not just fits one size. But here's some one size fits all for investment. Every single slide should speak to these two questions. When am I getting my money back and how much? So if you've got a team slide, oh, this is a good team that has exits, or this is a smart team with great advisors. Oh, that means I'm more likely to get more money back faster, right? Okay. You're not talking about your product and you're not talking about how awesome you guys are as engineers to have thought of this. You talk about that because it answers those questions. And the second thing is that every investor always wants the same thing during their feedback portion. They always want you to be one stage de-risked at the same valuation as you are now. So as you pitch this to more and more people, they're always going to say, oh, you've got 20 interviews. That's great. If you really had 65 interviews and one LOI, I think then you could justify your current valuation. So just watch out for that like briar patch that people walk into a lot.
Okay.
And then last little comment. I actually loved your starter position of if you lost 80%, but I completely agree with Candace. You can't be asking us to think in one field. I think you're about to sell me fintech and then sell me hardware. So whomever helped you come up with that metaphor, including if it was you, that was really good. It just wasn't close enough to your product. So come up with another one that good. That's a little closer to your market.
Gotcha. Okay. Appreciate that. Can I follow up on the briar patch one with like, how do you discuss like with investors when they want you to de-risk at the same valuation, so to speak, what you're talking about?
It's usually it's a shadow of them saying no. They just don't know how to do it.
Gotcha.
Especially seed and angel investors. So here's my 3 personality types, which won't take long. There's 3 main personality types of angel investors. We call them upside, downside, and team. Okay. Upside are gamblers. Oh my God, my buddy made so much money in aftermarket parts and this thing and he was an engineer and I love it. Oh, you're going to be worth $1 billion. It's amazing. Take my money so that I can go make lots of money. These are the people who play roulette, right? They get drunk and play roulette randomly. That's upside. Downside, these are bankers and CPAs and lawyers, and they talk a lot and they never write a check. And they always beat you up on, I'm not sure if that number should be 4 or 4.2 on cell B75 of your spreadsheet. Watch out for them. They can give you useful information, but they never write checks. And the third personality type is what we call team, which is, oh my God, Jacob, I love you. I love what you're doing. I want you to solve this problem. And I know you're going to make money doing it. You're fantastic. The reason I give you those 3 personality types is before I can answer your question about briar patch, I would have to know which one of those angels you're talking to.
Gotcha.
Your job right now is you're learning how to do this the first time. Just learn to identify. Somebody gets you on the phone with somebody and they give you advice. And then you go, was that advice downside advice or team advice? Does this advice, if I follow it, make it more likely I'm going to raise money, or make it more likely that this person's going to have another call with me with another ask, and then never write a check.
Gotcha.
I know that was a lot. I hope it was helpful.
That was really helpful because even in some of my conversations, I had like some like uncertainties about talking to some people, and I now can identify who they were just thinking about it briefly. So appreciate that. I'll learn to do that.
I made this up because I was pitching 3 guys who always co-invest together. They're all worth quadrillions of dollars up in the mountains. And their questions were so radically different from each other and how I had to answer them and what their position was. And then I realized, oh, this guy's never going to say yes to anything. And this guy said yes before he walked in the door. And this guy's asking me questions about myself. Oh, well, these are 3, they're all called one thing, angel investors, but they're 3 completely different types of things.
Gotcha. Cool.
Awesome. Did we have one last, we're just about on time, but if anyone had a last question or comment, continue.
Yeah, I had a quick one.
Go ahead, please, John.
Just a quick comment. Again, like everyone else said, this is a really cool idea. On your slide where you had the spectrum of reliability versus like energy recouping, I'm kind of curious what your goal was with that slide. As an engineer, it felt kind of like a tease. Like I wanted to see some numbers. Like for example, like how do you know it's more reliable? Like stage already? Because if you don't say like this is why it's more reliable, really all you were really telling us is this gets the energy back when all these other ones don't, which you'd already told us. So I'm just kind of like, would probably think about like, what was your point there? Do you need more numbers there, or do you need that slide?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I love that question, and I'm writing it down. I have a partial answer to that and why, but I'm going to keep that question down for later. Right now, we need our MVP to get a lot of those solid numbers. And so a lot of that's more like for the business, like just pretty much like, okay, we have less parts, therefore ours is more durable, like by nature of just the design. But I writing it down because that's something I think as we develop our pitch after MVP is an awesome question that probably will be brought up. So thank you.
Yeah, and I think even maybe that like slide, it kind of would like beg the question. That's not a bad answer. You say like in our prototype it uses less parts, so this is our expectation.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Good job. Thanks.
Can I ask one question about the story too? Kind of, this is to, I guess, Candace and who is where are you at? Was it Rob? Oh, Brad. Sorry. So for the story at the beginning, kind of taking both of your two advices, and I know like what I've been taught is like evaluation is half story and half like real stats. Like you have to believe in like the company and how you're just saying like you guys would agree that kind of what Brad said is starting with a good story is okay as long as it's more relatable to kind of where we're coming from. And that's what you guys are kind of agree. I'm just trying to piece together both of what you guys said.
Yeah, we often talk about until somebody falls in love emotionally with your problem, they're not going to even listen to the logic of your solution. Okay. And you need both of those to get the sale. In this case, you're selling stock in your early stage company, right?
Yeah.
And I want to be mindful of time because I feel like Gregarious is about to cut us
off.
Yeah,
sorry.
Actually, wait, Jacob, is Ben your business partner?
No.
No. Ben Harris?
No,
not this Ben.
No, I don't know anyone here. I don't.
Okay, no, because we had another presenter, but I don't think they showed up.
Was Ben Harris the form tech guy? No. Okay, never mind.
I think so.
His name sounds really familiar. Okay, sorry. Continue, Brad.
So we actually like to do story arcs, but there's a thing in legal writing called telegraphing, which is you write something that lets somebody know where they're going to be going.
Oh, gotcha.
And so that's where you missed it, is you caught our attention. I wrote it down. I said, great starting position at the 80% loss, but you keyed us for you telegraphed us to the wrong destination.
Okay.
If you had something that powerful again, I think your voice is strong, you were clear, no uhs and ums, the stuff like that. We just need to think of one that's totally relevant to the fact that every single person in here has driven a car.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And
okay.
If I could pipe in there, you could tie it to the amount of loss on shock absorbers. I would not call it loss of gasoline because that like threw me for a minute, that I'm losing 80% of my investment in every gallon of gas I put in my car. That didn't make sense to me. But if you tie it to shocks and tell a story that ties the amount of traction or loss of energy that is directly related to shock absorbers, and get your story there, but like Brad's talking about, use a story arc to tell that and tell it quickly. But if you connect the story, because stories sell, stories sell, facts tell. And so you got to get them to be buying into the enthusiasm of your story and get excited and interested before you start giving them facts, because they're not going to be engaged with you. But you have it in the facts that you're telling. You just got to be able to turn that into a story. I mean, you have all of the bones for it.
Gotcha. I think I'm understanding too, is like the key. It was just such a big journey from like here to where my product was that it was it was just abrupt. So if I can, like he said, cue it or start it sooner, or start the story in a closer place to where I'm at. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Last thing I'll say is you wouldn't be getting this advice if we didn't think you were doing something good. We're not pooping on your product market.
Yeah.
And so just that's the last little bit thing is if people start talking about your uhs and ums and like how well you did with this and that, that means you already got through like the biggest hurdle of, did we understand what you were doing? And do we think you should keep doing it? Yes.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help you. So
Gotcha. No, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Oops. Okay, so we only have one presenter, present, I think, unless there's a Ben in here that I don't know about. Was anyone else supposed to present today? And
I present next week and I am not ready. I will be ready an hour beforehand.
Well, since we have time, I need help from all of you right now. Oh shit, I need to send a tweet too. All right, can everyone, we just launched on Zealous. It's live. We're on the front page. I don't know if we're on the front page of Product Hunt because we have like 3 votes. But I do need everyone to find us on the front page of Product Hunt and give us a vote. My company's name is Zealous. We just went live. I would definitely appreciate any and all support. You have to click like show more. We have
Is it zealous.com?
no, it's not zealous.com.
Can you send a link?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I can't. So here's the thing. The way Product Hunt works is if I send you a link, then it doesn't count the vote. So I can put a link to Product Hunt.
What you call it? Product Time?
Yeah, I just put a link in there.
Oh,
it's
producthunt.com.
And if you scroll down a little, you will see there's a thing for like the companies from today, the products launching today. And then if you click show more, right, will be.
You actually come up on the search pretty quick.
Okay, cool.
VIP live stream for your true fans.
Yep.
Upvote 7. 7
Nice.
upvotes. I am lucky 7 for you.
Lucky number 7. And then, yeah, so that's how you do it. I'd appreciate an upvote there. Yeah, there's stuff linked there. You can read about it. I'm about to tweet it. Too much stuff today.
Sorry, what's the name of the company again? What's the name of your company? EE. Oh, thank you. Like jealous. There we go.
The only problem that I have with your app, Gregarious, is that I don't think we can have 2 editors on the page, and Hannah doesn't let me edit my own stuff anymore because I just always screw it up.
Oh, on Zealous, you mean? We do have the ability to do that. We haven't turned it on yet, but we will.
I'm just joking. It's more about Hannah's rate.
Thank you.
Aw, thanks, Brad.
That's a smart move on your part, Hannah. All right, Ben, I know you had a quick announcement. If not, we can go into breakout rooms if that.
Yeah,
helps.
I kind of do before everybody kind of checks out. I am looking for guests for my live IG show, Sleeping with Ben. It's really fun. It's really silly. We shoot it in my bedroom. Not we, but I'm in my bed. You're in your bed. It's just a really nice chat show about you and your company or what you do. It's Thursdays at 1 p.m. But I am now starting to shoot at better times for you and just run it at that time. But I really do like it live. I'm going to put my info, and if you think you'd want to do it, just email me, and then we'll figure out the rest. Thank you, guys.
On that note, so this week, a good friend of ours, Joseph Logan, Hannah and I, and a woman who used to be a Techstars named Julie Penner, we're doing something new on Clubhouse. We're doing kind of more like a workshop or more like education and then conversation. And a lot of what we're seeing on Clubhouse is just conversation. So this is our trial balloon this week. And so it's every day from 11 to noon on Clubhouse. But the interesting thing is what happened to me this morning, the topic that we picked first was about team formation. And teams go through following 4 formations. They form, they storm, they norm, and then they perform. And I was skinning up mountain with an entrepreneur this morning, and he was complaining about some of the technical numbers with his startup. And I started asking questions about the team, and I realized for 3 years, they never got out of the storming mode. And so it's just interesting. That's what we're talking about today at 11 on Clubhouse. If you guys want to attend, that's pretty cool. And then we're starting to figure out how to tweet the show notes so that you don't have to show up on time. You can just go to our Twitter accounts and see the smart things that people said. I'm hoping to force Gregarious to make Zealous do that.
You can do that with, you can put links to tweet. We're going to have a social block so that you can add tweets and stuff into the page as well, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Come on, man. I want it now.
Yeah, me too. Trust me. There's a lot of things I would like to see.
We often talk about the speed of thought versus the speed of action. Does any entrepreneurs resonate with that language?
Oh man, hold on. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the fun part, right? Is that everything takes forever. Okay, well, should I start breakout rooms? How's that sound?
Yes.
All right. How many breakout rooms? How many do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. Let's do rooms of 4. 4 and 4. All right, good. Let's go. See you soon. Hey, okay. Am I in one? Kevin, are you there? Am I in a room with you?
straight up. If you just put it on Crunchbase and you got outreach,
What's up, everyone?
Hello, hello. We had a room member who was not on mute and was having a private phone call, and we couldn't communicate to him, so we jumped out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my hair is on fire. I tried to prepare so much for this shit right now, and it's like Nick couldn't make it this week, so I'm helping with this, and then we still have our